In this episode, I'm going to tell you why you must set aside, why you must make time, 30 minutes every single day to move your body so you can be the best version of yourself. Coming up next on the Third Quarter Podcast. Welcome to the Third Quarter Podcast. I am your host, Ace, and you know I'm blessed by the best. But you know what else? So are you, and I am excited to be here today on this monumental episode of the #1 health and wellness, fitness, mental wellness podcast in the world. You heard what I said. We are #1, baby, and I am so glad to be here with you. As a matter of fact, I want to say thank you for the shares. I want to say thank you and express my gratitude to the comments, to the reviews, to the ratings. And with that being said, if you're here right now and you want to grow and you want to change and you want to evolve, I'm going to do something for you. I'm going to set aside 10 seconds before we start this podcast to give you enough time to follow the podcast, to rate it, and give it a quick review starting now. Boom, 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 boom. Remix. Thank you. I appreciate it. Now, let's get into today's episode. Today, we are talking about the importance of setting aside, no questions asked, mandatory 30 minutes a day to move your body. 30 minutes. You got 30 minutes. Some of you probably saying, Ace, you don't know my schedule. You don't know my life, Ace. You don't know my life. I ain't got 30 minutes. I ain't got it. And I'm here to tell you, you do. But more importantly, I'm here to tell you why it's important for you to make time, even if you don't think you have the time. Your body is designed to move. Okay? I don't know if you know this, and I'm speaking to you if you are able to use every ounce of your body. If you're able to use your arms, your legs, everything, I'm talking to you. So I don't want to, act like I'm not being empathetic to those that aren't able to use their legs or use their arms. I'm talking to the ones that you are 100% able to use your body. As a matter of fact, I see people who are in wheelchairs getting it in more than people that I see who can use their entire body. There are no excuses. There are none. And I don't want to come in super harsh, and I don't want to come in super, you got to do this, because that's not even really my personality like that. Like if I can keep it 100 with you, that's not even really my personality. But this journey that I've been on personally, man, and I would be remiss to say, I've been in the fitness industry since 2010. All right, we're in 2024. And as a profession, I've been in it for almost 15 years, but I've been active my entire life. And even I have had my ups and downs with my relationship with fitness, with eating, with working out, with all that stuff. So I understand how challenging and difficult it can be to create a lifestyle and to create a routine where wellness is a part of your everyday life. It's not something that you do. It's just a part of who you are. So I can understand how challenging it can be. But I can tell you this, these last 10 months, all right, I have lost over 50 lbs, okay? I have lost over 50 Bezos in the last 10 months. And I promise you, it's because I did not give myself a way out. I committed every single day, at least 30 minutes of some type of movement. Now, I want to be clear. I'm using the word movement for a reason, and I'm being very intentional with the word movement. And that's because a lot of the times when we associate working out, it's always associated with the gym. And I want to be perfectly clear, crystal clear with you that the gym is not the place to get a workout in or to get training in. It is not the place for you to get in shape. It is a place to get in shape. It is a place to get a workout in. It is a place to get a sweat in. It is not the place. So when I say 30 minutes of movement, that's a walk. That's playing basketball, pickleball. It is going to the gym. It's yoga. It's whatever it is where your body is moving. Movement is the key that I'm looking for here, not the gym. The gym is a part of movement, but it's not the only way to move, okay? You have 30 minutes. You have 30 minutes every single day to get some movement in. And I've been talking about on my Instagram, in my story, whenever I'm getting a workout in and whenever I'm getting my training in, I put on my stories and I say, hey, you have 30 minutes. You do. Make time for your health. You have 30 minutes every single day to get some movement in. I don't want to hear that shit. I don't. And you know why I say that? It's because I had to tell myself that too. I have 30 minutes every single day that I can put towards my health and my well-being. I can go for a walk. I can do some push-ups. I can dance. I can ride my bike. I can go to the gym. I can go play basketball. I can go for a hike. I can make time for my future and my well-being. Absolutely I can. And so can you. You have to make time. And it's not just about losing weight. It's not just about looking good. It's not just about looking better. It's not just about feeling better. It's not just about being ripped. It's not all about that. Those are all parts of the fruits of getting in shape. But really what this is about is this is treating your body as a temple. All right? I'm a believer. I say that almost every episode. I'm a Christian. And, you know, all are welcome here. This is not I'm not trying to convert you. So don't think that I'm trying to do, but I say that because I believe my body is my temple. And I believe that, you know, the Holy Spirit, God resides inside of my body. And the better I take care of my body, the better home I'm giving the Holy Spirit to reside in. And so when I set aside 30 minutes every single day, I am creating a better home for the Spirit to reside in. And a side effect is consistency. A side effect is I'm getting healthier. A side effect is I lost 50 pounds in 10 months. A side effect is I have more clarity. I'm able to think more clear. I'm able to be more present. My clothes, I look better in my clothing. I feel more confident in my skin. Like there are so many benefits that come from you setting aside 30 minutes a day to get some movement in. And you don't have to know the ins and outs of the body. You don't have to know the ins and outs about training. You don't need to know, deadlifting and pull-ups and triceps and quads and all these different things. It's really, you just need to move your body. Because one of the common questions I used to get when I would, talk about fitness and, be in the fitness industry to the extent that I was in was, Ace, I just don't know enough. When I go to the gym, I just don't know what to do. And I would say, okay, let me ask you a question. Do you think what you're doing right now is what you need to be doing to get healthier? And they would say, no. And I would say, okay, well, how about we do the opposite of that, right? How about we do the opposite of sitting down? How about we do the opposite of fast food? How about we do the opposite of not doing anything? Let's get some movement in. You don't have to be super educated. You don't have to know everything about the body and the ins and outs of things. Just start with what you know how to do. Sitting down and not being active is not what you should be doing. Eating out and having fast food and eating chips and drinking pop or soda, depending on where you're at, is not ideal. So how about we do the opposite of those things? How about we start adding the opposite of those things on a day-to-day basis? I'm not saying cut out fast food every single day if you've been doing it. How about we do it one less time per week? Can you commit to that? Absolutely you can. How about we go for a 30-minute walk every single day? Can you commit to that? Absolutely you can. Listen, I'm telling you as someone that has gone through the journey, of losing 50 pounds in 10 months. I know it's hard. I know it's challenging. I know it's difficult. But here on the Third Quarter Podcast that you guys should all be following, we are about growth. And in order to grow, you have to be challenged. You cannot stay in your comfort zone. So if you're listening to this right now and you're wanting to stay in your comfort zone, this is not the place for you. Okay? This is not the place for you. It is not my job, nor am I making it my job to make this something where I'm going to present it in a way where you can stay comfortable while embarking on change. This ain't it. You have to get outside of your comfort zone. You're going to have to do things that you don't want to do. You're going to have to do things when you don't feel like it. You have to prioritize what you want later more than what you want right now. And if you can commit to 30 minutes every single day to move your body, I promise you, I guarantee it. 3 months from now, 6 months from now, you're going to look back at all the progress you've made, and it started with just 30 minutes a day. Because what you're not paying attention to right now is the side effects of you committing to 30 minutes a day moving your body. Because once you start to feel better, once you start to drop some lbs, once you start to have more energy, you're going to want to keep this feeling every single day. You're going to start changing the way that you eat. You're going to start to change the way you sleep. You're going to start to change your morning routine and your evening routine. And you're going to start to maybe even possibly change the people that you're around. Because can I be honest for a second? Some of us are eating the way that we're eating and we're not as active as we should be. Not because we don't want to, not because we don't know what to do, but because the circle and the community and the environment that we're in doesn't do it. And so we have become the people that we surround ourselves with. And when you're the one that's making the change, when you're the one that's making the decision to do life differently, you're going to find that you might have to spend less time with the people that you have been spending time with because you realize like, yo, I'm adopting a lot of the decision making and the lifestyles of the people that I'm around. And if I want to stay on this path, if I want to grow, if I want to become a healthier, more whole, strong version of myself, I have to protect that. And there's probably some people that you surround yourself with that want to make the change, but they're waiting for someone to do it first. And you can be that person that can spark and be the catalyst of other people around you that's going to change. But you have no say-so over what they do. You only have say-so on what you do. So 30 minutes a day is all I'm asking. You have 30 minutes every single day to move your body. You do. And if you say that you don't, you're lying. Because if I treated you like one of my clients and I said, okay, we're going to audit your day. We're going to audit it. I want to see what you're doing from when you wake up to when you go to bed. And I guarantee you, I'm going to find pockets of time that you can apply to being active for 30 minutes a day. You're probably watching Netflix longer than you think. You're scrolling on your phone on social media longer than you think. You're talking to people longer than you think. There are moments and pockets in your day that you can give to yourself. You do. No one is that busy. I don't care what you got going on. No one has that much on their plate that you cannot make 30 minutes for yourself. Everybody has 30 minutes, and that includes you. Even if you have to wake up earlier 30 minutes, you got 30 minutes. Even if you have to stay up 30 minutes later, you have 30 minutes. It may not be ideal for you. It may not be comfortable for you at first, but you have 30 minutes. And I'm going to keep saying 30 minutes until it gets so engraved in your mind, in your brain, that all you think about is 30, 30, 30, 30. until it sparks some change on the inside of you where you're like, you know what? I'm going to go for a walk today on my lunch break. Oh, I got to make this business call. I'm going to make this call while I'm going for a walk. Because you have 30 minutes. 30 minutes can change your life. I promise you that. 30 minutes a day, every single day changed my life. Now, I didn't know that I was going to lose, 50 pounds in 10 months. Like, I didn't set out to do that, but it happened. It wasn't a goal of mine, but it happened. And I'm so grateful that it did, because it gave me the opportunity to help more people, because now I see the potholes that we deal with. And one of the potholes is we don't think that we have enough time. And I'm telling you, you do. So I'm not going to leave this episode without giving you some advice, some tips, some suggestions on how you can set aside and make time for 30 minutes a day for your health and your well-being. The first thing is you have to want this. So before I even give you any step, any advice to do, you have to make up in your mind that this is something that you really want. Because if I tell you what to do, and this is not something that you truly want, or this is not something that you feel right now you are ready to commit, that's okay, as long as you're honest. But you also got to understand too, if this is your decision that you're going to make, you also have to be willing to deal with the consequences of not beginning a healthy lifestyle. So just know that. So the first thing you got to be willing to do is you got to be willing to say that this is what I truly want. That's step one. Now, after you acknowledge that, the second thing I want you to do is I want you to sit down and I want you to get a sheet of paper out and I want you to write down from start to finish, as detailed as you possibly can be, what you did as soon as you woke up all the way until you went to bed. You have to allocate where your time is going. You got to treat this like you treat your finances. Where is your money going? Where's your time going? And I'm talking about what time you woke up, when did you shower, when did you eat lunch, how long did it take you to get to work, what time you went to bed, how long was you on social media, all that stuff. How long were you was in traffic for, how long did it take you to cook, I want you to be as detailed as you possibly can from start to finish. Because I guarantee you, once you see exactly where your time is going every single day, you're going to be shocked. You're going to be shocked where your time is. To the point where you're going to be like, damn, I really did have 30 minutes. I really did have 30 minutes. But you have to see for your own eyes where your time is going every single day. So after you make the decision that this is what you want, the second thing you have to do is you get a sheet of paper out. Don't use your phone. Don't use your memo pad or whatever you do on them Androids. Pen to paper. You need to feel yourself writing down what you do every day. You need to feel it. And be as detailed as you possibly can. From the time that you wake up, what time did you get out of bed, all of that stuff. And then once you write everything down in detailed form, I want you to ask yourself this question. When can I commit to 30 minutes a day? Is it earlier in the morning? Is it during my lunch break? Is it after work? Is it in the evening? I don't care when the 30 minutes comes in. The only thing I care about is that you get it in and that it's done at a consistent time every single day. Your body responds. Your mind responds to consistency. Not just daily activity, but also the time in which you do it is important. So if you're looking at your schedule and you see, I got 30 minutes before I get to work where I can do this, or I got 30 minutes on my lunch break, or I got 30 minutes after work, I want you to pick, is it in the morning? Is it in the evening? Or is it in the afternoon, where you can, more times than not, stay consistent at that time every single day. And once you find that time, you commit to that time. And I want you to start with this. What can I easily do for 30 minutes every single day at this time that I'm willing to commit? I don't care if it's a walk, if it's a yoga class, if it's a workout in the gym, if it's something on YouTube, I don't care. It's got to be at least 30. Now, if you can do an hour, do an hour. I'm telling you to do a minimum of 30, because this episode is for the one that it's challenging for you to commit to any type of time. If you're already training and you're killing it 45 minutes an hour a day, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking to the individual where like you're barely doing anything right now because you don't think you have enough time. I'm talking to you. I'm talking to the ones that think they need a trainer right now. I need a diet plan right now. The ones that you're too overwhelmed because you think that you need more than what you really need, but the only thing you really need is for you to make time. I'm talking to you. And I'm not just talking to you, I'm talking with you. Because I had to get real with myself and say, self, am I doing the best that I can? Are you doing the best that you can? Is there more in there? Am I letting myself off the hook? Am I giving myself way too many excuses? Because if you say that, Ace, I'm telling you, I don't have 30 minutes a day. I just don't. Then I need to be able to see that every single second and minute that you have, you don't have any break. Because that's a lie. Everybody's got 30 minutes. You're not doing anything for 24 hours consecutively. You're not. You're not. You have the time. What we need now is we need for you to see that you have the time. Because once you see that you do have the time, you now have to admit that you don't have any excuses. And this is how I was able to stay consistent every single day for 10 months, is because I didn't have any more excuses. And then I would have to live with the fact that if I don't change, if I don't get healthier, if I don't make these decisions, it's 100% on me. And I didn't want to live that way. I didn't want to live knowing that I was sabotaging my own potential. And if you are going to listen to this and honestly say that you don't have 30 minutes every day to do something physical where you're moving your body, you are sabotaging your potential. You are. So the first thing we have to do is we have to want it. Because I'm not in the business of pulling teeth. You either want it or you don't. And if you're listening to this, I'm assuming that you want it. I'm assuming it. So the first thing you have to do is you have to want it. The second thing is we have to audit your day. Allocate where your time is going. Where is your time going? And then once you find out where your time is going, then you have to make a decision. Are you putting your 30 minutes in the morning, in the afternoon, or the evening? And then the last thing we have to do is we have to remember that this is a lifestyle change. This is going to take time. This isn't something where we're looking to get a quick fix today. I'm not in the business of building a lifestyle in a day. I'm in the business of building a lifestyle over time, because once you allow the process to be the process, not only are you getting healthier, but you're also building character. One of the reasons why it's hard for people to get in shape and to stay in it is because they try to get in shape now. They try to take the easy way out. They did a crash diet, they did a cleanse, or they took all the carbs away, and they were prioritizing the end result more than building a sustainable and adherable routine and system. I want you to build a system. This is a lifestyle. This is going to be something where over time, this isn't something that you're doing. This is just a part of who you are. This is now a part of your identity. Being fit isn't something that you're doing. It's just a way of life. And getting to that place takes time. Give yourself some grace. If it took you a long time to get out of shape, it's going to take you a minute to get in shape. But if you commit to 30 minutes and make time 30 minutes every single day, over time, your eating habits are going to change. Your training habits are going to change. Your sleeping habits are going to change because you're going to like the way that you feel and look so much. You're going to do everything possible to keep it that way. And once you see that all you need is 30 minutes a day, the game is going to be over. So 30 minutes a day is all you need. Make time every day to give to you. This isn't just about being in shape. This is about your potential. I'm a believer that you cannot reach your maximum potential unhealthy. You can't. I just don't think that where you are called to go, an unhealthy version of yourself can sustain that position. I don't believe that. I could be wrong, but I doubt it. Now, I'm not saying you have to be a six-pack and shredded to the bone. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is I don't believe an unhealthy version of you can sustain the position of your maximum potential because it's going to require so much of yourself mentally, physically, spiritually, and emotionally that an unhealthy vessel cannot sustain that. Can't. So 30 minutes a day is all you need, especially just to jumpstart and get going. Now, if you gradually increase it to 35 minutes, 40, 45 minutes, that's on you. All I'm asking is that you make time for 30 minutes. Think about this in closing. If you don't make time for 30 minutes a day, who in your life will suffer because of that? You mean to tell me that you won't make 30 minutes a day for you so you can be a better spouse, a better husband, a better wife, a better parent, a better business owner, a better daughter, a better son, a better worker, a better friend, a better you? You won't commit to 30 minutes a day for the people that you love? I know you're better than that. And these are the questions I had to ask myself. If I don't do this, who's going to suffer because of that? And then I want you to ask yourself this question. When you do that, how much better will their life be because of that? Oftentimes, when we think about other people, it makes it easier for us to stay on the path. Because when you're the only one that's accountable and when you're the only one that's at risk for these decisions, it's easier for you to let yourself off the hook. But when you look at everybody else, if I don't do this, my kids are going to suffer, my spouse is going to suffer, my parents is going to suffer. Oh, you're going to make some change. So, 30 minutes a day. You can do this. I've done it, and I've helped many others do it too. And it starts with just committing 30 minutes a day with something as simple as walking. I'm not even asking you to jog. I'm not asking you to hike. I'm not asking you to play basketball. I'm asking you to walk. We walk every single day. Park further away at work. Go for a walk 30 minutes a day and watch what happens. I want to thank you so much for listening to this episode. I really hope this encouraged you. And I also hope it challenged you like it challenged me. I hope that this is an episode where you take some time and really look in the mirror and ask yourself, am I letting myself off the hook? Am I not living fully to my capacity because I'm letting myself off the hook? And if you are, let's do something different. You can't get something different without doing something different. All right? I hope that you followed the podcast. Leave a review, rate it, 5 stars. That'll be great. Follow us on social media at the Third Quarter Podcast at I Am Coach Ace. For all questions, email us at info@thirdquarterpodcast.com. And remember, I love you so much. Be safe, be blessed. And thank you for listening to the Third Quarter Podcast.